Hey there, and welcome back to Walking the Spiral of Truth and Love. I'm Coach Bill Sullivan, the founder and senior director of Meditate School of Mindfulness and Sound and the creator of the SVMT Method of Transformation. Today, as I invite you to walk this spiral with me, I'm going to explore one of the most misunderstood, yet most liberating practices on the spiritual path. The practice of equanimity. Equanimity can be defined in many different ways, and if you've never heard of it before, stay with me. Equanimity is a ground in presence, but not indifference, not withdrawal, not emotional numbness, but the grounded, loving, steady presence that allows us to meet life exactly as it is without collapsing into reaction. So if you're ready to explore the practice of equanimity a little bit more, to find your steadiness and poise and groundedness in life, I invite you to take in a breath, to settle your energy down, and to walk this spiral with me. Equanimity is a practice of staying connected and loving with things as they are. Equanimity isn't something that you are, it's something that you practice. There's an ancient teaching that says, if your mind becomes firm like a rock and no longer shakes in a world where everything is shaking, your mind can be your greatest friend, and suffering will not come your way. This is equanimity. Equanimity is a mind that we can trust, a heart that we can open, and a presence that remains steady in the middle of life's storms. And contrary to what most people believe, equanimity is not reserved for the enlightened. You don't have to be a Buddhist practitioner or a guru. It's not a rare spiritual achievement. It's a human capacity, one that we all touch more often than we realize. But in our practice, we can make it more present, or we can be more present with it. In SVMT, I often describe equanimity this way: staying connected and loving things as they are. It's the practice of radical acceptance, not resignation, not passivity, not of saying things are okay when they're not, but choosing to see reality clearly so we can respond from truth instead of reacting from fear. The practice of equanimity strengthens wisdom, compassion, and loving kindness itself. When we cultivate a sense of equanimity, our wisdom deepens because when the mind doesn't shake, we can stay with the truth long enough to see what's truly there. It's when loving kindness becomes more patient. We can care for people even when they make choices that hurt them without demanding that they be different. Equanimity awakens a deeper compassion. It means we can face pain, our own or another's, without being shattered by it. It leads us into the space of courage, but it's a courage that isn't the elimination of fear. Courage, this way, is fear walking. We begin to accept a simple truth. No matter how much we love someone, we can't control the outcome of their choices. No matter what's going on in the world, we can't change anyone. One of the greatest teachers of equanimity is the weather. If you ever doubt your ability to practice equanimity, look at how you relate to the weather. We don't scream at the sky when it rains, or do we? We don't demand the sun stay out longer. We don't argue with the storm. The truth is, we have to accept the weather as it is, and then we decide what to do from that place. We can't change the sky. We can't choose the weather, but we can choose how to move beneath it. This, in its simplest form, is equanimity. It's realizing there is pleasure and pain, and then there's the mind's habit. Every day contains pleasure and pain. A bright sunrise, the ache in your lower back, a warm cup of tea, a sharp memory that hurts, a kind word, and a moment of being stuck in traffic as frustration. Yet the untrained mind focuses on discomfort first. It exaggerates the unpleasant and barely acknowledges the pleasant. Equanimity teaches us to hold both, the garbage under the bush and the red rose blooming beside it. Not to ignore one or the other, but to see clearly without collapsing into reactivity. This is the balance of equanimity. Comfort, discomfort, and the neutral space in between, held with equal presence. There's an ancient teaching that I love. It says, just as the mountain's not moved by storm, a mind of equanimity is not moved by sights, sounds, or ideas, whether desirable or undesirable. The mountain, it doesn't harden, it doesn't soften, it doesn't close, it doesn't run. It remains itself, even when it's confronted by storms, by changing seasons. At its core, the mountain remains while the world changes around it. So equanimity invites us into that same inner steadiness. A mind like a mountain, a heart like the open sky, a presence that doesn't shake just because the world does. So, this is our practice. So I invite you to practice with me. But before we move into meditation, I want you to ask these questions. Where in your life are you trying to control the weather instead of standing as the mountain? What storm, internal or external, is asking you to practice loving steadiness instead of resistance? What part of you is ready to return to balance? So I invite you to hold these questions or come back to them again as we move into meditation. Meditation on the mountain. This is finding equanimity. Whether you're ready to do this now or come back to it later, just know that it's waiting for you. But when you're truly ready, I invite you to find a comfortable place where you can sit steady. Sit, not lie down. Sit comfortably. And once you find that position, I invite you, if you're ready, to close your eyes or soften your gaze and soften down into your breath. To allow your shoulders to relax, to allow your tummy to soften, to let your jaw unclench, to breathe, to feel the weight of your body sinking into the support beneath you, to feel your body grounded into the earth below, with the air around you and the sky above and the earth below. Feel yourself steady and just breathe. Just breathe. And as we move forward, I wonder if you'd be willing to open your mind and invite in an image, or imagine yourself standing at the base of a great mountain. Allow this mountain to come into your vision or to come into your mind, and picture it standing tall and steady, ancient and unmoving. Imagine the presence of this mountain rising up from the earth, reaching up to the sky. Picture it. Imagine you're walking towards it in your mind until you feel its presence. Imagine this majestic mountain in whatever way you see it. Once you bring it into your presence, imagine you step closer. Imagine you can embody that mountain. Imagine your spine is long and rooted into the earth, reaching up for the sky. Imagine your legs are heavy and grounded. Imagine your breath deepening, not forced, just steady. Imagine yourself balanced and poised. Imagine your head like the peak of that mountain, looking out over the earth below. As you picture yourself as that mountain itself in whatever way you can, I wonder if you could imagine looking out from the peak and you could see a storm beginning to gather in the distance. After a few moments, imagine the clouds get closer and closer and the winds pick up. The strength of the storm gets stronger, but imagine that mountain doesn't move. As you envision this storm and you hold the mountain, notice your breath, notice your body, notice the sensations that rise, and say inwardly, like the mountain, I don't need to move with every storm. If a thought appears, remain steady. If an emotion stirs, remain grounded. As your memories drift this way and that, you stay present. And you say to yourself, I don't resist, I don't chase, I remain. Allow your mind to be steady. Allow your breath to flow slowly. Allow your heart to be open. And feel your energy widen. Now imagine the storm has passed. The clouds have drifted away. The wind has eased, and the light returned. And the mountain remains, steady and tall, grounded and true, just as you do. You are the mountain, and the mountain is you. Think about how it feels. Inhaling some steadiness, exhaling release. Think about how you feel. Slowly bring your awareness back and wiggle your fingers. Feel your body. Take in a nice deep breath. Exhale nice and slow. And open your eyes when you're ready and get a sense of the space around you and feel your presence. Equanimity isn't about becoming emotionless. It's about remaining present and steady. It's about being loving, even as life rises and falls. It's allowing yourself to be the mountain of truth and love. The storms will come, but they will pass. Emotions will come and go. Thoughts will pull you this way and that. But with practice, you become more grounded, connected to your breath, feeling the wholeness of your body, and remembering you are not your thoughts, you aren't your emotions, you aren't the distractions, you are the love beneath it all. This is the heart of the SVMT Method of Transformation. It's about cultivating a mind that you can trust, a body that you listen to, and a heart that you live from. So I thank you for walking the spiral of truth and love with me today. If today's reflection supported you, I invite you to go deeper into this journey and follow me here day after day on this journey of truth and love. So until next time, always remember, love is the way and truth is the path. I'm Coach Bill Sullivan, and it's been my honor to share this journey with you.